got up from a nap. I'm half asleep.
All right.
I look that
Personally,
good.
when you have this layout and you have multiple channels here, it'll tend to shrink your screen. And so what you're putting up may not be necessarily what they're seeing because it'll crop the sides. And we're live. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Yay! The voice of the coin community. We got coin Q&A going on. It is August 8th, 8:30. Well, pretty close to 8:30. We got a bunch of people here asking, just begging, chomping at the bit to look at your coins, answer your questions, see what's going on, try to help you learn, teach other people while we're doing it all. So I see a few people in the chat, Don Kiesler, Ken Peavey. Well, that's me. Let's see, Coin Dragon, Anta showed up to help you learn. Mio, more people going. Be sure to share the link, if you will, in your various social networks, be it Twitter or Facebook or those other ones that I'm too old to use. They're out there. Yeah. Geez, we do this every week. We've been doing it for weeks now, for months. It's starting to become an entity of its own. Now, we do change channels from week to week to put this out in front of a larger audience. Works out pretty well. Randy Collins is here. Very good. We're ready to go. Look, today we're going to start off with the topic of show us your favorite coin book. I'm always talking about coin books. Get the book before the coin. So we'll be able to go around and let's see what different people have. There's no end to the coin library you can put together.
Is that the truth?
Oh gosh, it's getting bigger. I got to give them away sometimes just to keep up. I got 2 or 3 of some things. Well, where'd they go? I had them here. No, they went away. Well, I'm looking for my favorite book. Somebody else want to take over?
Oh, sure, I'll go.
Okay, good. I was going to say I can't because all my stuff's packed away.
You're up.
Yeah, there's a variety of books that you could have out there. Everything from the Cherry Picker's Guide to the Red Book. But one of my favorite that I'm always looking at is Making the Grade.
Very good choice.
If you're not able to grade coins like I am, this book is a lifesaver. It will do. You just got to combine a picture to your coin. It doesn't get any simpler. There's reading on every subject on what to look for and how to grade your own coins. So Making the Grade is my favorite book out of my collection.
How accurate is that?
I'm going to say the book is pretty accurate, but I'm not accurate using it. For those that don't have Making the Grade book, there is kind of an online version, and it's the PCGS photo grade.
Cookie's here. He digs that book too. Oh, wait. I see somebody else has joined us. Let me. Yep, there he is. Okay, Chuck.
Hello.
Claire, he's in.
Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Lucy, I'm home.
Hey,
Lucy.
Dude, you got some explaining to do.
Yeah, lots and lots of rolls. That party never ends.
Okay,
I
who's
guess
up
I'll
next?
go next
Okay.
with the book thing. I like the old books that are specific to a series. They seem to be really hard to find and really expensive. I also like those. I don't know. I forget who made them, but they're little, tiny, like manila colored books. And each one of them is usually for a series or sometimes even for a specific date. They have them for currency. Those are relatively fine, and there's but I like everything that I don't have, unfortunately. So whenever I see a good coin book, I pick it up because, you probably heard the saying, buy the book before the coin. So, that's how you learn. There is a lot of, information on the internet, but unfortunately, it's not always accurate. How many times I talk to people that are looking at coin trackers for values or information, and it's just way off usually, or they're misinterpreting it. I like the old RPM books and everything, really. I collect books just like I collect coins.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of everything. For one every year. Polly, you want to swing at it?
Sure.
What's your favorite coin book?
Well, I really couldn't pick just one. I mean, I tried really hard because I love them all for different reasons. But this book right here is kind of my go-to book because I love them all. What happened? Somebody's echoing. Oh.
I just canceled the echo before it echoed.
This one it says price guide to mint errors, but it's not a price guide. And it's not just errors. It's got tons of information about different errors and varieties. But the best thing to me is the very beginning of the book. It talks about the entire minting process. That's one of the sections in it that I read over and over and over. It's got just tons of information. Some of the things are a little bit outdated, but it's got all kinds of errors and varieties. You've seen me refer to this book many times on the show. I've actually found a couple things as we were looking at coins that were in the book. So I have to say that that's one of my go-tos, but I love them all. And this isn't even all of my collection of books. I mean, I'm kind of like Christopher. I'm like a book hound. So knowledge is power.
And Paula knows if I come across good deals, I'll buy. Like if I go somewhere and I see multiples and the price is right, I'll buy them all.
I usually buy one from you.
And Paula has bought a couple off of me, and I hope she was happy with them.
Very happy.
Actually, they were both really good books. One was George Washington medals and tokens, right? And the other one was the Kennedy, is same thing, but with Kennedy.
Yeah,
and those books were so cool because
the medallic portraits of Washington, and then the Kennedy one is right here.
I mean, there's hundreds of pages and multiple medals and tokens on each page that depict George Washington or Kennedy, and it's just amazing how much stuff is out there. And I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that was made that's not in the book as well. I mean, you could base an entire collection on one president. It's crazy.
Yep.
Lincoln's it. Mantic?
Yeah. Man, that was a real challenge. My favorite book. I used so many references. There's not just one that I'm going to stick to. But if I were to have to choose, it would probably be Walter Breen's Encyclopedia. And the reason is because there's so many coins and so much information in here about coins that I can find nowhere else. All right. I've found out about varieties that just aren't listed anywhere. And so that is hugely just invaluable. I'm just crazy. I use it every day. All right. So what does Breen say, right? Now, whatever comes with who he was as a guy and all the other stuff, I'm not really, it may not be good, but hey, the reference is sound. The other one that really got me thinking about advanced numismatics was this coin collector survival manual by Scott Travers. He breaks it down for you as a somebody who's going to be buying coins and selling coins and looking at coins, how to do it from the very basics. So I don't know. I enjoyed the book, and I learned a great many things that I wouldn't have ever known had I not read the book. Of course, I got the cherry pickers. I've got the Strike It Rich. I got with pocket change. And then all my references, like I love 2 cents, so I have the authoritative guide on 2 cents. I love half dimes, so I have a Valentine book. Anyway, yeah, Breen. It's a very important foundation book for your coin hunting. It covers so many coins; it's hard not to have it.
Chuck?
I would like to abstain from this portion of the conversation because I can't read.
Conflict of interest.
Extensive library.
Yeah, I have a lot of books, and I haven't used books much in the last couple of years, more because I've been so busy doing so many other things that I haven't had a whole lot of chance to dig into the books. But
You don't have to use them, Chuck. You write them.
well, I've written a couple of books, but the ones that I like to use are mostly online now, and most of the references, including like code programming references and other stuff like that, all that stuff's online now, and I rarely find myself with a book open, and that's just that's just me, I guess. Yeah, look at my mess behind me. That's all I've got.
It's all right. Try looking through Lincoln's.
Looking through Lincoln since I wrote the book I wanted to read. I've read through it a couple of times. I found all my mistakes, and it needs to be updated and rewritten, and I hope to get into that in the next couple of years. But my focus right now is on copper coins and on Lincoln Cent and Facebook, and I'm probably going to get back into doing more writing sometime soon, but I haven't done a whole lot of it recently.
All righty. I'll jump in here. I've got a couple in front of me that I want to share here. First off, there's a cherry picker's guide. You hear about this all over the place. Where's my head here? I'm under the duck. I can't move my... Oh, no matter. Try this. There. Okay. The cherry picker's guide. This is by 5S and Stanton. So when you see a coin which is referenced by an FS number, that stands for 5S Stanton, and it'll be listed in the cherry picker's guide. Now they have a few editions out there. You can get older editions. You can find it's a much more limited selection. But J.T. Stanton recently passed away, and the books are in tremendous demand right now. We used to get them for $20, and you got to have both. You got volume 1 and volume 2. Volume 1 covers through nickels. Is that right? Volume 1 is half cents to Jefferson nickels, and volume 2 is half times to modern dollars. If you're hunting for varieties, these will have the best of the picks, the more prominent double dives, the more prominent repunched mint marks, transitional die varieties. This is by no means the end all be all of what's out there. There are literally thousands and thousands of varieties just in Lincoln Cents. If you were to put together a volume just for Lincoln Cents in the format they're using, you would need several books just for that series. It goes on. This is just the tip of the iceberg. But the photographs are pretty easy to compare with what you have. You've got simple information, some price guides by grade, but you have to compare the price guide with the date of publishing because it's been a few years. But they're generally within the ballpark. It'll give you good ideas. It'll have the rarity ratings in there. what's the other one? Pickup points, cross references to Konica. It's a darn handy tool, and a spiral bounce will lays flat in your desk, so you can look at your coin, look at the book, look at the coin, come back. Works for you, or set the coin on the book. That's what I like to do. Handy, geez, you could wear the bindings off of these, no problem at all. The Red Book is a wonderful guide for U.S. coins for general topical information. And along those lines, we have this one, which is Coins of Canada. Now, this is an older one, 2003, but it's a lot like the Red Book in that you have information about each coin. Not a whole lot. It's concise, it's simple. Weights, measures. You're going to have some prices, but really, if the prices are 17 years old, you can expect some changes over time. But if you have it a few years old, you're probably going to be close enough for the prices. Price guides are just guides, and they vary wildly. But if you want to look up, oh, geez, everything. Good Lord. These go back into the old half-penny tokens, right? The early coppers, commemoratives. It's the Red Book for U.S. coins, but for Canada coins. It is darn handy. Not much for varieties and errors involved. But if you want to get into Canadian coins, it's a ready-built reference and handy. And you can get used copies for, $4, $5, and it'll get you home for quite a while. Okay. Have you got another one, anybody?
Yeah, I'd like to say something. I got a couple books that were personalized. I talked about this before. I got one from Chuck. I got one from Gary Wagnon. And I also have Ken Potter's book, and eventually I plan on sending it to him and having him autograph it if he would for me. Those are probably the most important to me because it's personal. I know the people. We speak often, and it's fun. One thing I'll say about books, though, is I find myself looking for those in more places than I do for coins. If I want coins, I go to a shop or a show. Occasionally, I find them in an odd spot like a yard sale. But like books, I go all over the place looking for books. Auctions, the Goodwill store, Salvation Army store, or series. I've actually scored big at a town-wide yard sale where I walked around the entire town and I didn't buy one thing. I went to a church that was actually selling off a bunch of old library books, and I bought a whole box of books. So I scored really big there. So I find them everywhere, and online. There's so many books online. I found where I can find used books online at relatively good prices. So I get in these spurts where I'm going crazy buying all these books. And just like my coin collection, I'm at a point now where I'm looking for the harder to find books, the more expensive books. So I kind of slowed down a little bit, but they're just as interesting to me as the coins are.
Yeah. On a side note with that, I mean, even if you're not collecting that particular denomination or coin, and if you find yourself a book for $2 or $3, don't hesitate to get it, because you don't know when in the future you will need that book or start collecting. I got books in my shelf over here that I got because they were $4, $5. I'm not even collecting that coin right now, but eventually I will be. And I'm already going to have the reference guide comes.
Well, you broke up at the end there, Blues.
Yeah, that's probably my sound again. I've been having issues with it.
Oh, like some storm coming through Oklahoma.
Yeah, at $4 and $5, I mean, it's hard to pass up a book. If you think about the time and energy that went into writing that book and the research that the person had to do, I mean, I'll pay $5 all day long for almost any coin book.
I do want to mention that Kindle has the cherry pickers guides for about the right price. 18 to $20 around there, whatever. But in this day of modern technology and devices and phones, big phones, tablets, whatever, you can pretty much take those books with you if you have the digital version and use them anywhere. Use them in a coin shop. Having a tablet next to you is a whole lot better than carrying in a load of books. But it's just an idea.
That reminds me of another good point, Shay. A lot of these books you can find the PDF versions for, and they're really cheap. So, I have a couple flash drives myself with old books on. I think I have. Is it Breen's? I think it might be Breen's book. I don't know. It's a bunch of varieties and stuff. I have that on PDF. I mean, I'm not a big PDF fan. I like the actual book itself, but some people prefer the PDFs, and you can get them cheap. I mean, usually they're 99 cents. You get those. You go on eBay. You see the Guide to Foreign Coins, which the book itself is probably this thick, and there's 2 volumes of it. You can buy the PDF version for 99 cents.
And use a little thing called search.
Or that, yeah. But
well, I mean, in your PDFs, you could just type in a keyword and go straight to it. So
I got you.
Right.
Sorry, I was eating my dinner.
All that birthday candy. Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Tomorrow, but thanks. I'm boycotting my birthday this year. I have too many other things to do. I don't have time.
Happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you. I got a big, I'll show you.
Everybody in chat's gonna wish you a happy birthday now. Ooh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
I know, isn't that cute? My daughter and her fiance made that for me.
Hey, that Mr. Goodbar could have been made right across the street from my house.
I will be eating some of this during the stream tonight. I can't sit here. You guys know me. Come on. I can't sit here and stare at it and not eat something. Thank you, everybody. Okay, we're going to mute for a second.
Yep. I picked up books that, if you can find a book guide, it's kind of neat. You can go to these flea markets and you see a guy where it's just, a bookstore in effect. It's all used books. Well, go in and talk to the guy and say, hey, man, I'm looking for coins. And he will set them aside, or she will set them aside specifically for you. Give me your phone number. Give me a call. When you got a few books, I'll stop in. Because these people, that's all they do is flip books like we flip coins or flip information. And you can get stuff, I mean, for, $2, $1. He's got a stack of something. I got all these. You can have them for, $5 for a whole bunch. And you can make out like a bandit. And dude, I don't think there's much better than books for giveaways, except that they're kind of big and heavy. But books you can ship by media mail, and it's a little easier that way. You're looking at $3 to $4 to ship a typical book. But there's sources out there, flea markets, yard sales. If you can get them, they're tough.
One other thing I found myself doing is, I don't know which way to go. It's backwards. I end up buying books that aren't coin books, but because they have references to coins in them. I mean, yeah, I'm just all over the place with my collection, and it's kind of out of hand, as you guys can probably tell by now. But I found this book, I don't know where I found it, a yard sale maybe, and I thought, I wonder if there's coins in there. And yeah, there are. So I bought it.
Coins in the book, or just pictures of coins?
Yeah, pictures of coins and information about some of the coins from ancient Rome. If there's coins in the book.
My grandson just found a book. He came downstairs the other day and said, I found a book from the library at school. It said money on it. And he got it because it had pictures of coins in it. But now he's got I don't know how we're going to get it back to the school.
Mail,
Yeah, mail.
media mail.
I thought that was adorable. He's caught the bug, so.
Now, one thing Konica offers, they've got a pretty extensive library on type varieties and errors, and you can borrow books from Konica. Now, you have to pay shipping both ways, but if you're smart, get that camera out and just take a lot of pictures and keep borrowing that book after you're done with it. Oh my goodness, I've screwed this up.
Where did I get this book, Ken? Maybe we shouldn't say. My buy of the century.
Yeah, Thrift Books is a website where you can get discount books. Now at $10, it's free shipping.
But what did I end up paying for this? Like $6?
Like nothing. Nothing. Those are,
Because it didn't have a cover.
$100, 125, 150. Those Breens, the old Breens are they're big. There we go.
Yeah.
The Breens. And they're so darn big that they tend to pop out of the binding quite a lot. So you got, sections, entire chunks that are falling out. Getting these in good shape is a trick. A lot of times you can get a used library edition, and they'll be a little stockier with the cover and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Ken, you said your book on this had like a section that was upside down, right?
Yes.
Mine doesn't.
But they were in there. They were connected. They were just upside down.
Yeah, I know. Mine doesn't have that.
I think they had a new guy at the printing factory.
I was a little disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
You have an error book.
Yeah, it's a book on errors. They made a mistake making it. Will it happen?
What are you laughing at, Shay? Shay's laughing at something.
I watched him go through that Breen.
Oh.
And I thought the same thing. I mean, it was amazing that all those pages would be upside down.
I know.
had to
When
check
I got it, it was the first thing I did when I got mine. Look through the whole thing. I'm like, where are the upside down pages? Where are they? I'm like, oh crap, mine doesn't have any upside down pages.
No, it was right in the middle of the buffalo nickel.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed.
Let's see if we can show this thing off. Oh, let's see. Oh, there it is. So this is what Breen's looks like. Oops, I just stuck the. I just taped up the wire here. Okay, this is what Breen's looks like, and he has just plain numbers is all it is. Like Breen 3384 will be the 1875 Carson City closed CC below the wreath. He's got it listed as scarce. Not a huge amount of information, but it is listed in here, and it's a great cross-reference with, on other sites that have these listings. But you've got good articles about every single coin. Good Lord, it just goes on and on. Where's a neat one? Oh, here's one. A couple of videos have been on this one. There's the Jefferson nickels. Here we go, Jeffersons. And you go to 1964. Let's see, here it is. There, the 1964D Floridus. That's Pluridus. And just a result of over polishing, so you're missing that little bar in the middle of the B. And well, that's a thing, believe it or not. You got repunched marks, doubled dies, but you got repunched dates back in the old. Oh, these are gorgeous. This is eye candy. You get old half cents. You get into the colonials. Here's George Washington. There'll be pattern pieces in here. Oh, proposed Confederate contract issues. And that's chapter 11. There's stuff before that, believe it or not. It's an extensive volume. There we go. We can get back up to there. I think I'm going to leave that camera be for a while because it's just going to mess me up. There we go. We have some emails coming in. It looks like.
You want me to grab the first one? It's kind of big.
Yes.
All right. I am. Let me just make sure I got. There we go.
Is it a book-related coin?
All right, so this one comes from Andrew. 1996 wide AM is the question. I found this today. I think it's a 96 wide AM. What do you think? The first 7 picks at the wide AM, the last 7 are a close AM. Huh. I guess.
Hmm.
I'm not even sure where to start other than,
Oh,
wide AMs are regularly found on coins of different years, but there are specific years where it matters because the dies were not the intended dies for that year. Specifically, the ones are 92, where you're hunting for a valuable variety called the close AM, and other years like 98, 99, and 2000, you're hunting for the wide AM. Now, I'm not aware of a particular treasure here with a 96. Am I off base?
no.
Only by a little bit. I'd kind of like to know why the obverse of this coin is nice and red and the reverse is all dingy and dirty.
I think there were pictures of a coin, and then their picture. I think this is their coin.
Okay, well, it's rather confusing when you try to ask a question about one coin and submit photos of more than one coin. I would like to see photos of only the 96 and the whole obverse and the whole reverse all at once. And then I'd be able to tell. Beyond that, all the micro photos and all the photos of other coins don't help.
Yeah, there's been like reports or something about a 96 wham or whatever, but I don't know.
Well, the report
wasn't that
right AM existing was a false report, and it was proven false.
Yeah.
Wasn't
that Breen? Wasn't that Breen who did that, or who
No.
was that?
No, it was a different person who reported it, and he reported it for attention. He got the attention that he was seeking when he reported it. The coin was debunked by photographs by a number of experts, including myself and Ken Potter. And when it came time for the coin to be produced for live examination by people, it was somehow stolen at a coin show and reported stolen, and then up to the point of being prosecuted for lying on a police investigation. He disappeared basically from the entire market and never resurfaced.
Wow.
He's passed away since then, but the guy was known for making things up to get attention. And this 96 wide AM report was exactly that. It was completely fabricated, and it was fabricated for attention. So to this day, there has never been a genuine 1996 wide AM ever reported.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard something about it, but I didn't know. It was that. Like, I thought it was just like one of the Facebook posts we see all the time.
I was mixed into the middle of that story back when it was going on.
Yeah.
So are those the only photos he has? He doesn't have like full photos of the coins or?
No.
Yeah, whoever submitted that needs to resubmit a photo of the obverse and reverse of the coin. That's it. Just the one coin. We don't need photos of other coins or anything else.
But you see, 96 wham is listed by several people as a potential die variety, but it's never been verified. There's been one claim. It's been debunked. Scratch that one off your list.
Regardless, even with this one picture, it does not appear to be a wide AM. Of course, there are other diagnostics to look for, such as the designer's initials and their spacing related to the memorial base. But Ken Potter shares a post quite often that shows the difference between one style of AM and how the same style looks different with an abraded die.
Mhm.
It takes away some of the meat of the field and it almost gives the appearance of a wide AM, but it's just because the die has been dressed and it's still not a wide AM.
The photo that Mantic is showing right now is of a wide AM.
Mhm. Yeah, that one is.
But I don't know what the date on the other side of the coin is.
Now, the wide AM on the 98, 99, and 2000 is actually the proof die. Of course, it wasn't finished as a proof die, but it's that design that was used on the circulation strike. That's what makes these stand out more. That's what makes them a whole family of die varieties.
And the only thing you can tell is that it's zinc. So I don't know what year it is or anything.
There we go. Have we got another one?
Okay.
The way it's on PDF raw.
Beg your pardon, Chris, you broke up.
I said the book that I have on PDF with varieties on it is Crawford book.
Oh.
I'm trying to pull up some photo. I'm trying to pull up Coin Junkies photos here.
Yeah, unless he granted you access, you're not going to be able to get to them.
Okay.
But you can try. Coin Junkie, if you're out there, I tried again and I can't access. I guess you didn't get our emails that said we couldn't access them. Got to share those images with us in order for us to see them.
Yeah, those are on Google Drive, and I've got a link in the email. I'm not able to access Google Drive.
I'll grab UGAs.
Okay.
You guys seen any more of the 2018 D doubled ears showing up?
No, sir. I got 4 boxes.
I saw. I saw one more show up from someone else, and I had someone contact me through private message. They found in a box. Unfortunately, they threw them in a pile with a bunch of other stuff they were keeping, and they have not gotten back to me yet with images. So I'm pretty interested to see if it is what they think it is. But I did see one other confirmed so far.
Confirmed what, Chris? I missed that.
The 2018 doubled ear, 2018 D.
Oh, the D? Yeah, I saw somebody posted one on.
Yeah, so
Is it,
that's
is it a different one?
Well, it's a different person, but it's the same. It looks like the same exact die to me, but I
Blue
can't,
Ridge,
be sure.
Go watch Blue Ridge's video. He found a buttload of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he was saying when he was with us, he was saying he had a couple boxes. I think he said
He found a ton of them. So there goes the value.
Blue Ridge. If you're watching right now, I'm interested in one.
Yeah, he's got a ton. Sorry, I didn't mean to say buttload. It was just the first thing that came out of my mouth.
Would that be a metric? Never mind.
Yeah,
It could have been worse.
Right? It's part of the metric system.
All right, this one's from UGA Dog. And the only question is, could this be a error?
No.
No.
That's a vice job.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Cindelicious said Blue Ridge found over 50 of them.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't ruin their value, that's for sure.
I think he was doing it live too. Using technical terms again. I am Frank. Sorry.
Can you hold on this image, Mantic?
This one?
Yep.
Yeah.
You get two indicators that tell you it's a vice job. The first one is the die that creates the coin is going to create a raised relief and easy to read left to right words, and they'll be raised. Now the die, when you plunge the die into a coin, the die does not have a rim. So on this coin over on the left side going through the shoulder, I've got a rim being imprinted into the planchet. So it's not a die that could have created this, but another coin. Next, we look at the little letters, which are, or I guess the numbers, which are below Liberty. And those appear to be in Q's and backwards. So that's consistent with another coin being pressed into this. Geez, you got some intemperate youth, you know, a 12-year-old with nothing to do and a vice and a few pennies. You can do a whole lot of damage.
Watch for it on eBay.
It's not fair, Ken. I was making those when I was 27.
Still
You're a late bloomer.
It's a late bloomer.
it's not necessarily a vice. I mean, you could smash them with a hammer a lot of times and get a similar effect. But there's a rim on there. What? I'm not sure what that's about, Linda.
You want me to let me grab
Linda calls,
What's a cricket fart?
when you pop the bubble wrap, she calls it cricket fart.
Is that what that is?
Oh, okay.
I got in trouble on CFA for saying it one day.
I'm gonna get some new mailers. I popped all mine. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I could do me, because I've got some by Mike Mullins over here. Let's see.
You guys need a couple of 1,000 pounds of pennies to sort through.
Oh, Coin Junkie's in the chat if you want to tell him what he needs to do with the photos, Shay.
Yes. Coin Junkie.
Here we go. Infinite
Go
screen.
to Drive and give me or anybody on the panel permission to view the photos. So if you share it to our Gmail address, then I will be able to view them. I think you have email from me, so you should be able to do that. Sorry.
Anyway, I have 4 photos of a Kennedy $50 from Mike Mullins, and he's asking if it is a doubled die. And we'll just course through these one at a time. Here we are. And what I want to look at is the little fine points, the serifs on the N, the serifs on the D, especially on the I. And it's a 1971. Now, photo quality is going to interfere here. We got a lot of shaded areas in and around these tiny points. I've got another one here. And a split on the T in Liberty is actually a normal part of the design on the left side. Well, I'm going to pose this one to Mantic and see what he can make for heads or tails of this.
No, I'm totally with you. I can't see the points on the R or the U or the T and the 1 that I would be looking at. I looked at the other side. There's another picture of I and N, God We Trust. And I don't see splits there, but that doesn't mean it's not a DDO. It's just not one of the major DDOs. But you could still have a coin. I just can't see it because of the shadowing on all those letters. It's so thick. Maybe you can take some pictures where you shine some light on the serifs on trust, the tops and bottoms, like the U and the bottom of the R, and then the serif of the 1. And also take a look at E and Liberty if you have some rotation possibly. But those are the pickup points for 71D.
I'm thinking it wants to show splits the wrist, but we can't quite tell.
That's right.
We understand you're not photographers. We're coin people, but we do the best we can with what we have. I can't debunk it.
Handy if you want to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that would be good. Show him something he could compare it with. Yeah, so in case you guys didn't know, Chuck sent Jessica, the penny parent, her son Tyler, 8,500? Is that how many you sent him?
Yes, 170 rolls.
2,000 what?
170 rolls.
170 rolls of the 2009 formative years, because the extra thumb is like his favorite thing to look for. So he's going to be busy till he's about 20.
Yeah.
I told him I expected 6 rolls a day.
Yes. But he better get quick because school's starting soon.
That'll keep him out of bad places, out of drugs. It'll keep him out of school. It'll keep him out of all kinds of places.
Keep him out of the job force.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
That was very
Did you
nice.
guys ever hear of the band The Clash?
Yes.
50 pounds.
I think The Clash is like the perfect variety collector's band, and they even have a great song, Sarif Don't Like It.
Casbah.
Okay, so this is a DDO 007, and it exhibits doubling on the R, the tops of the U's, a little bit here on the T and the bottom of the T's for sure, right inside the one on we, and then splits on the top of the serif in I and N.
And one thing to point out, Shay, I think, is to make sure people understand that this coin actually exhibits true hub doubling as well as machine doubling.
Yes, it does. If you look right there on the inside of the S and the T, you can see machine doubling, which is not the valuable part of doubling. However, the inside of the top of the S shows the valuable type of doubling right there. So that one, the flat shelf-like, not valuable. The one up here is valuable. And then you can also, these are plagued by hub doubling on the like master hub doubling. So you'll quite often see splits in the T and the Y without any other features of doubling on the whole coin. So gotta.
Shay, I got a question for you because I'm not real familiar with the designs of the half dollars, but up further on the word liberty, the Y, it looked like it was extra thick on the left hand side. Is that the normal part of the design, or is that part of the doubling?
No, that's normal.
Okay.
The doubling you typically get on the Y is more a form of a ring up here at the top. So
basically a notch, but at the entire top of the Y.
That's right. But it depends on the class, right? Like on a 1974 where you have rotation, you'll see an extra wider area on this side.
Okay.
And sometimes you might see splits down at the bottom of the Y, but there's not many of those. It's usually like an extra, looks like a little disc on top of this disc. But like I said, it depends on the class of the doublings. There's every type of hub doubling that you can imagine on the half dollar series. That's kind of why it's so much fun. All right.
So many of them are undocumented.
That's why Chuck loves half dollars.
He does.
My favorite.
That's why he loves them so much.
Especially the gold-plated ones.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. And the platinum ones.
Yeah.
And the
I like
platinum.
the
I like those gold plated
Centennial.
ones that have different
On the
dates
back.
stamped into them.
Chuck likes the ones with little stickers.
Yeah. Especially the ones that say something about 420 on them. I'm still not sure what that means.
Enchilada.
I'll tell you later. Enchilada, yeah.
Oh my god.
You want me to grab the next one, Ken, or you got the next one?
I've got Andy Jagielski's,
Okay.
Captain Jigga.
I'll work on John.
Okay, he's saying, I just picked this up for $38 on eBay. I was thinking the grade was about AU50. Sorry I don't have the reverse pick handy, but it fits the grade also. How did I do? And now I gotta find this and go to here.
I saw that,
Wait
Paula.
Then we get the screen, and then I can take the photo. Here it is. It's a
I lasted
1923.
longer than I thought I would.
It's a 1923 standing Liberty quarter. He got it for 38 bucks, and says, "Is it AU? And how did I do?"
Absolutely not AU.
Oh no.
Look at that leg. That's a lot of wear on that leg.
It's a
And
fine,
here-
very
The
I
head-
give it very fine. We got some wear on the shield, not excessive on the shield. That's not too bad. The head is about flat, and the rim is starting to press into the dots and dashes around there. I give it a very fine. If you paid an AU price, I think your best way forward may be to send this one back.
retail value, very fine, 33. Extremely fine would be 52. So I didn't do bad.
3. I can pull up Numis.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 1923, very fine 20 is $33. Extremely fine 40 is $52. A fine 12 is $30. So he paid just over VF money for it. So he got it for about the right price.
I don't see any big distractions on here.
Nope. It's a VF coin. It's a decent VF coin. Probably VF 2530. That depends on what it has on the reverse too.
Yeah, we don't have a shot of the reverse.
I like those.
Yeah, once you
do too.
start getting above VF, the details really show up. The armor, the little stars on the shield. Great detail on these.
I like the design.
And then understanding what a full head is and all that with kind of like full bell lines or.
I like the type 1s.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say something, but I thought better of it. But thank you.
No armor.
Christopher didn't.
I was gonna, yeah. It's gotta go
Hey,
there.
that's before, I mean, I guess there were snowflakes back then too, because then they decided to change the design. So
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I can load one up right now. It's from John Claggett. And his question, let me find a better one of the pictures. Okay, that's okay.
I gotta put this out there. John Claggett has been coming up with some really good coins lately.
Mm-hmm.
He says, thinking this may be a 1D001 as listed on copper coins, 1930 1D001. Let's take a look at some of these images he has. They're a little bit, that one's better.
Mantic, we're not seeing.
You're not seeing the coins?
No,
No.
I'll get your scope.
There we go.
Thanks.
I gotta admit, I'm
Liberty again?
cheating.
I'm not feeling the love here. What are the pickup points for the 1D001 on copper?
It's a class 6 hub doubling, and it's got extra thickness on the 1 and 9 of the date, and it's got that convex outer edge of the LIBE of Liberty. So if I could see Liberty again, I'd be able to tell you one way or the other. Do you have a better picture of Liberty, or is that the only one you got? Okay. That's not it.
It's not.
No. See if I can figure out how to do this.
Yeah, somebody could bring up a picture of the example on copper coins.
Oh no! Don't forget that die marker on the reverse, but I'm not feeling the love here either.
Let me zoom this in just a little bit here. All right, my screen's showing that die, or should be. Is it?
Got the face.
Let's see. It says it's screen sharing. Maybe I should stop my camera and screen share.
It's going. It's changing. Something's happening here.
Huh. That's weird.
Huh.
It says I'm screen sharing, but I'm not. Maybe
We lost you too. Now all we see is a little thing that pulsates every time you talk.
Yeah, that's my. I don't have a camera thing, but I can get rid of that problem. Just can't. For some reason, I can't screen share.
There we go. I've got it pulled up here, the 1930p 1D001. And let's see if you can see that. I think you probably can.
Yep, we can see it.
The arrows are pointing the extra thickness on the 1 and the 9. That
Can you put the focus on you, Ken?
I could probably do that.
Yeah, take it off of me.
We don't even see you. There you are.
There it is. Then I'm going to go back to the screen. Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it now.
This is Chuck's coppercoins.com website. And here you have the 1930 1D001, extra thickness on the 1 and the 9. And here it is, right here. You see the B and the E and the R has these swoops,
Yeah.
which is a part and parcel for a class 6. And one die marker to look for would be a little die chip on the top of the E and 1. So I don't see a match on your coin.
I agree.
I've lost it. There should be Mantic coins.
It is.
Okay.
But he's not on there.
Okay, not a match.
Yeah, I'm loading. I got Coin Junkies videos. I mean, pictures. So let me grab those and pull them in.
There you go. I'll put the email link or the email address up. There it is. Check my coin at yahoo.com if you've got photos and questions.
So the question on this one is, hey guys, I was just wondering if I could get your opinion on a few coins I found while coin roll hunting. All three, I believe, are clip planchet and would like to verify this with the panel, especially the 77 quarter, which I believe may be a straight clip. All right.
That's a winner.
It's a bad photo though. Shows that shadow. Makes it hard to see the clip.
Yeah, but if you look directly across from it, you can see a little bit of evidence of that Blakesley effect there. You can see some texture on the rim.
This Coin Junkies?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
He got me access.
Yay! Ah. Yeah, you got two winners so far.
Yeah, that looks like a rim clip. Oh yeah. Actually, that's a double,
More than
isn't
one.
it?
I'm seeing two or three here. Okay, two. One at 3 o'clock, one at 5 o'clock.
Right, and then it's funny how the Blakesley effect is kind of different on this. It almost it
Takes away the rim, like.
yeah. I guess that's due to the shape of the rim.
Yeah, the multi-sided
yeah.
screen. square edges.
Could
Yeah, that's
also
a
be
neat
the
one.
method of upsetting the rim on those because it's not a round planchet.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's a 12-sided planchet.
I like that one. And another winner. That looks like a double.
I can't see the bottom.
I can't either. That's what I'm like. Are you guys seeing something I'm not seeing?
Well, I see two at the top.
Okay.
I want to see what's at the bottom though.
Me too.
Let me see.
Jack.
That's a different picture. Let me
So bad.
see if I can. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me fix this.
I really want to learn all those little tricks.
Oh my goodness, Shay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What? Did that work?
So is that a triple? Is that a triple, or is that just one on the top left and then one on the bottom left and then the Blakesley effect on opposite sides? Or because that one top right almost looks like a clip.
Like what's the clip and it's hard to tell.
I'm looking at the thickness of that rim, and up at 11 o'clock, that looks to be a clip.
Yeah. What do you think about 1 o'clock, Ken? You think that's Blakesley effect from the one at 7 o'clock?
There's a second clip there because neither of them lines up with the 11 o'clock, and they're perfectly lined up for each other. The 1 o'clock and 7, one's a clip. And boy, which one it is?
The one on the top that's the clip.
We're at the edge.
The way the metal flow is.
Well, this one's more tapered all the way out, and it opposes the one, and that's a little bit different shape there than.
Yeah. I'm thinking 1 o'clock may be Blakesley effect.
If I were to clip a planchet, I'd want some space in between, and I'm saying 11 o'clock and 7 o'clock are clips.
11 o'clock, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Very cool.
Because the 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock, to me, they look exactly the same.
Nice, Coin Junkie.
But it looks like if you look at the denticles at the 7 o'clock,
A little mushy.
more like, yeah, more mushy, like a.
Yeah. They're also mushy around the 11 o'clock clip as well. So, yeah, I think that's a double clip, rim clip.
That's so cool.
It's interesting to see how it affects the different, because it's such an odd shaped rim.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to see him post that in some of the Facebook groups and see some of the responses that he gets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you can't post photos to the email, let's see. Here it is. If we can show this. We've got the Coin Q&A as a Facebook group. There we go. And if I could show that. Home layout. Ta-da. Here we go. The Coin Q&A Facebook group is a handy place if you would like to post photos directly there. And we'll take it apart. Who's this? Bonnie Chadwick's got a $50 here I haven't looked at. We'll have to get in there and take a look. But we can also take photos directly off of there. Shay found one not too long ago. It's a peach 2004 with the extra low leaf on that quarter.
Boom.
I got it.
That is a winner.
I can show that. I got it handy.
But if you're having trouble sending photos by email, there's a workaround for that.
I'm so jealous of that one.
There it is.
2004. Low leaf.
In all its glory.
And has anyone ever figured out exactly what that is?
It's going to be a gouge. It's not a match with any other design feature. I'm looking at the cow's ear, and how would you do that? You'd have to turn that thing almost 180 degrees, and it's still not a match for the design. But for a thigh
I
gouge,
almost think it almost matches the right leaf of the corn stalk at the very top. It matches that closely. But yeah, I mean, I've read about this one a couple times, and no one can seem. Yeah, to me, that's the closest match on the coin for what that is. But if that were, such a drastic double die, you would think you'd see some other design element somewhere else on the coin. But I don't think anybody can ever come to any agreement as to what it actually is. But it is cool.
It almost looks like it was a separate, like a separate design.
Yeah.
Like,
And then that's the low leaf, right? And then they have the extra leaf high. It's really interesting. I like these a lot.
The high leaf makes more sense to me. This one makes no sense. Like, it just looks like a totally different, like, because the doubling just doesn't, when I look at that.
I'm laughing because of what is said in the Strike It Rich with Pocket Change. It says the actual mechanism for these leaf varieties is unknown and debated heavily among experts. Do not concern yourself with the technical aspects of this variety.
there it is.
Okay, we'll just go. Yeah, okay. It's there.
We love it. We want it.
More.
That's basically saying we don't want to tell you how we screwed up. So just forget it. Forget you ever saw it. That's
That one from USA Dog, UGA Dog. Let me see if I can pull that one up. Okay, I got to go to this button.
You make your head hurt. No kidding.
There. And then here it is. UGA Dog. He's asking, that's not it. Where'd it go? There
Hey,
it is.
Steve Williott's saying that the same shape shows up on an 04D dime. I'd be interested in seeing that. Steve, if you can send pictures of that over, I'd love to see that.
04D dime on the back.
He didn't say. He didn't specify.
All right. UGA Dog is sending a photo of a quarter here. Can you see this? A 1977 D quarter?
Mm-hmm.
And he's asking, what's going on with these mint marks? There it is, right in here. That era, the late 70s, early 80s, the D mint mark in particular has a habit of having the whole center is filled. What's happened is on the die, the post, which would make that center mark of the mint mark, breaks off. And you end up with effectively a die chip. And the mint mark comes out looking like just a kind of a blob.
I saw this on Etsy. I think that's the Pac-Man quarter, and it's worth like $1 million.
Well, if you can strike that with contact mark right down the middle, that'll be your Pac-Man.
I'll be back in a few.
That's all it is. It's just the mint mark is on the coin is missing its center. Now it could be on the punch itself, because you see so darn many of these. But it's a small mint mark, so it's not hard to lose that center bit. There it is. You'll see these all the time. Just pass them off. Send them back to the bank. Did we lose Chuck? Yep. There it is. Blues is back, though. Lynn says, I got a really good one I want to send in. 1 second. Here, let me post that email address again. There you go. So if you got photos, send them here. checkmycoin@yahoo.com. There we go. Let's see. There's home again.
Oh my God, I'm still fighting this cold. What the heck?
Although summer colds are the worst. Let me see. We've gone through everything we have so far.
Oh. I want to show you something. I thought this was funny. Oh. Yeah, I can find it again. So I called this one the party hat mint mark. Or the unicorn.
Yeah, just going to say, it looks like a unicorn S.
I got some with a little die chip just like that on Lincoln's nose.
Yeah, nice.
I call it the rhinoceros Lincoln.
I wasn't sure if that was an artifact of the actual punch, or it is raised.
Oh, it's raised. Now they got the 1952 D with the flying D. Chips around the mint mark are not uncommon. It was applied after the die was produced, so you're effectively disturbing a completed die. And yeah, you can get little chips around the mint marks. We see them. I collect the heck out of them.
What's that other one? The Santa Fe scent? That's one, right?
San Jose, because it looks like an S coming off of the 9 on a 1954 S, and it looks like a J coming off of the 5, and the way it intersects with the mint mark. So they call it the San Jose SJ, if you will. Nothing to do with SJ's Mixed Adventures. It's just the pattern of the die chips intersecting with the mint mark. Coin Dragon has some of those flying Ds. I just saw one. Somebody recently posted. Let me see if I can find that one. Somebody just posted a flying D in one of these Facebook groups. Let me see if I can find that. This is gonna be a tricky one.
And I'm looking, Stephen.
There's one. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's see if I can show this one. Here's the screen.
There it is.
Solo. There's a solo. And I've lost it. Where did it go? There it is.
Oh my God.
That's a flying D. This is wonderful. This is McNamara in one of the Mint Era groups on Facebook. And you have this beautiful die chip on the back of there. It looks like a wing. It's beautiful, but check this out. If you look at the top and the bottom, this is a repunch mint mark.
RPM, baby.
Yep. That's a beautiful piece. I'd collect the heck out of that. This is the kind of thing Frank has several of. There's nothing wrong with those. There's neat stuff out there.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Coin Dragon says that's a great example. That was.
Who started calling it that? Was that Chuck that gave it that name?
The Flying D?
No, the San Jose. Which one is that? Didn't Chuck name that one?
That's been around for years.
This is what Stephen Elliott was referring to when he said there was a similar dime.
Okay. Okay, yep. Well, yeah, the shape is similar. Wow, look at how that was rotated.
Yeah, that's a good match for the ear. They call it the doubled ear of the Roosevelt. Keep your eye out for those. This is an 84?
It's a 04. 2004.
Hopefully.
2004D, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a really nice one.
Yeah, Frank will find a few of those. Watch. He always gets the good stuff.
I've been threatening myself with a box of dimes. I just.
Well, I found a roll of
I
dimes
think there's a
in my
lot of
list the other
potential
night.
there today.
I know. There's got to be a lot of potential. Nobody wants to do it.
That's they're
We actually had in the sales group, there's a guy that was selling one who it was actually a discovery piece. I almost think that was 2004D, but it was a DDR. Really cool. It was actually doubled. The torch was doubled. I'll see if I can find that one. But
Dimes are terrifically overlooked. If you want to find new dye varieties that haven't been discovered before, dimes are, it's like a wide open field.
plus, on top of that, I think your chances of finding silver are probably really good in the dimes.
All right, Micah Mullins resent his photos, so I'll load those $50 up, and there's another one in there, another email in there.
All righty, I'll open up the next one. I got listings.
Chris Hurley asks if any of us noticed that there seems to be an abundance of the 2019 DDOs. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I think I have about 7 different ones that still are unlisted. Although I haven't checked lately. I think Chuck's listings are probably the most comprehensive so far. But yeah, I mean, there are definitely a lot of them. Most of them are minor, though, I'll have to say.
All right, Michael, let's take a look at what you got here.
I'm getting listing loaded up. That's ready. You got Michael's?
Yeah. Want to make sure I wasn't muted. All right. Yeah, I've got Michael's. Let's see. I'm looking at each of the letters to see if I see anything. So it's an R over hair. So it's a design variety 3, ODV 3. We got a little bit of the master hub doubling on the R. Okay.
Is this the same one he had earlier?
Yeah, this is the same one. Just he stuck some more light on it.
That U was awfully promising.
That's about the most promising point that I see. On the right side here. The rest of it, it's been, heavily circulated. And, this year's kind of smushy already. Late dye stage.
I'll be honest with you here. If I was looking at this one, I would throw it in the return pile.
Yeah. There's other varieties that show way more doubling than this one for sure. One of the things that I use, Michael, when I have an issue like this where it's so smushy, is and I have evidence of some doubling, is especially in the 71Ds, I tend to look at the reverse varieties also. There's a number of them with extra thickness. Basically, but class 6 is the extra thickness, right? But there's a number of varieties where you have the doubling on the reverse as well. So you can sometimes catch the cross reference. I think I have them listed on my website in the Kennedy $50 list. But I can't clearly tell you which one this is just from this photo or these photos, because I don't see doubling on the splits on the serif and the I and N, and I don't see anything but maybe some splits at the U possibly, and I don't see splits on the E or in the hair on the front by the B. So it eliminates a whole bunch of different varieties where it's really just focused on trust. And I think there might be a variety or two where it's, light on IGW and heavy or strongest on trust. But, maybe that's what this is. But I can't tell. Not with this photo. You found some splits on the eye? Okay. Cool. I mean, you'll have splits in the bottom right often. That's very common. It's up here in the top right that you want to look for split. What was that, Chris?
I said I struggle with the half to the amount of deterioration on them. They like nickels as well. Nickels are always, the ones I'm coming across are, heavily deteriorated. And a lot of the minor doubling that you may be able to find is just lost in the mush.
A lot of times I'll turn the coin and watch as the light changes and see if the splits disappear.
Sure.
If they're there, if they disappear, a lot of times it's the lighting or the way, especially with dye deterioration, it hits it.
Lighting can change everything. For sure.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Trey. I'm back home for now. I'm going again tomorrow. And then I should be home for a while on Saturday.
All right, let me see if I can pull this one up. I've got listing over here.
Amanda.
There's the layout. Yep. There's the screen. And here are Liston's coins. You ready for this? We got a 1997D. Pretty different. I'm going to guess you're asking about this mark right across the face. And what's going on with this coin? Let's get a few different shots. The reverse looks perfectly normal. A little discoloration to it. But there it is. We got this issue going on the front. What do you make of it, fellas?
I think it's
damage and stain, possibly caused by heat.
Can you get up on close to that, on top of that T?
A little too much.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is. Bring that down just a little bit. There it is. It just starts to, looks like it meets the rim and just sort of tries to get across it a little bit, doesn't it? And go across that whole thing.
I still think it's a scratch.
I got a lot of damage showing up on this coin.
Mm-hmm.
It stops at the rim here and does not intersect. Looking at the whole coin, yeah, I've got this massive discoloration here. What, driven over by a truck, burned, cooked, whatever. But this is consistent with a scratch. I got a lot of contact marks in the face, lots of them. Something impacted this coin or caused some stress or strain to it. This looks like trauma to me.
What's that? Where the L and I is on Liberty?
Stain, I think. Dirt.
More discoloration. Yeah, but when I see damage, look at the whole coin, because I got some dings on the rim showing up here on the left. All right, but I've got right across the face, right beside this dark line. We got all this. It's been chewed up. This looks like something drove over it, honestly. In this photo, this line doesn't look like it's deep at all. It looks like a stripe. Let's have a different aspect there. What you got here is a damaged coin.
Yep.
If you start with the assumption of damage, you're going to be right just about every time.
Right at the left area where that deep gouge starts, you see the furrow caused. Yeah, you see that. So it must be a little bit deeper in that area.
Okay. You got a damaged one. Start with that assumption of damage.
I've got the next one loaded up. It's from UGA Dog. Die spots right. Yeah, I was gonna say zinc plating blister, but
Yeah, you're probably right with that one there, Shay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, look at right above the E in United States, right above the T, right above the other T. Yeah, that's a zinc rot blister, baby.
Frank.
The oxidation of zinc creates a product called hydrozincite. Right? You need some moisture, you need some oxygen, and you need to breach that copper surface, that copper plating. And when you do, that zinc will start to expand and pushes up a blister. And it's just these awful zincans just rotting away.
you want to see something really cool?
Did we see the back of the reverse of that? Just to.
Oh
What-
yeah. I showed it here.
Wasn't I close AM or anything?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, good call.
Go check.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what I have here is a Lincoln. All right. And he's got problems.
Mhm.
And if you take a toothpick and push on some of this stuff, you can see how much of the plating is coming up. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Peel that thing off.
It
Yeah.
looks like a magic trick, man. You're
That's
making
a
half
great example, Shay.
I could totally peel this off. Yeah.
That's a great example.
Yeah. That's why I kept it, because it's such a disaster. I don't know what they put on here to make the surface come up like that, but
I don't know what made you go, I wonder if I push on this, if it'll, I would have gone in the back in the bag to the bank for me. I wouldn't even taken a second look at that. That's really cool.
well, I kind of like the colors on it. I mean, I knew it was.
It's
somebody-
really cool.
But yeah, I wanted to keep it as a good example of this blistering to the extreme.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Look at this.
Now I'm gonna have
Wonderful.
wow.
You know what, Shay? Isn't that blister there looks like it's exactly opposite of the other blister that you were pushing on his head.
Yeah,
So
I know. I feel like I could push all the way through this.
Yeah, I'm thinking the zinc is completely gone in that area. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh yeah.
maybe they use some sort of chemical here.
Or something that's spilled on it, or
Yeah, because it's all eaten out and hollow in there.
Well, I tell you what it is. You can actually see,
the roller mark.
yep. You can see the outline. It was scratched by a coin roll crimper, and it exposed the zinc. And it was then exposed to moisture or some chemical. And because if you look, your area down on the bust where the bubble is follows that same pattern.
Yeah, it does.
Jeff Stanley said it's a Lincoln lobotomy variety.
For sure, yeah.
It's a lobotomy coin.
Well,
It
sometimes
reminds me of the Ramones.
you just got to keep the when you find really extreme examples of damage, you got to keep them around because when you see it in that extreme, it kind of helps people understand. But this, when you look at the other one, the 92, you think, wow, well, maybe there's something to that. As a new collector, that you just don't realize. Maybe that's something, and you just don't know. But at a more extreme.
That's a great example. I'd love to have one like that. I'm gonna have to look now for something like that. I never even thought to look for something like that to have. That's really a great teaching tool.
What's funny?
That Chris
I have
mentioned
this little trash can that I put junk like that into.
I have a book that I keep. Oh, you have is that a Sharps container?
What's that?
It's a Sharps container. Hazardous hazmat.
Whoa! It's a mini trash can.
Oh,
it's got wheels on it and everything.
Oh, okay, recycle.
Yeah, it's a mini recycling bin. It's for all my junk coins.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I found that at the Dollar Tree, just laying on a random shelf.
Oh,
I would have bought one too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look for one now. That's cool.
Oh, man, I could fill that up so fast.
It was interesting that Chris noticed that the roller marks could be a cause for that zinc. And it was, when I was looking at that coin, I didn't even think about that. It just shows that with the more experience you have dealing with these coins, you could pick out why it's doing that. So it's very interesting to see these type of coins, even though they're PMD damaged, road rash, Walmart parking lot coins, that you could pick out the initial cause or almost the cause of why it's like that. And I just find that so interesting that it could be ID'd down to a roller mark causing that problem.
Yeah. And one thing I'll have to say is I want to caution people because a lot of times people are looking for an answer as to why a coin was damaged. And the thing is, there are literally an infinite number of ways a coin can be damaged. But there are only so many ways that a variety or an error can happen. And sometimes you can identify what the damage is. That one to me stuck out like a sore thumb. I know Paula recognized it as well. You could see that crimper damage around the entire coin. So it's kind of, if it's on the flat field of the coin, then it actually scraped in deeper on the raised parts of the coin. So that one was kind of obvious. But then you have the other ones like that are grouped into, let's say a lot of people use the term dryer coin. A dryer coin to me is just a term coin that is damaged in the aspect that it's under pressure and rotating. Okay. And or like a washing machine pump coin where the entire obverse and reverse of the coin is kind of mushy in a circular pattern. I mean, you can't specifically identify what the damage is, but you kind of know how it happened. But sometimes you just can't figure it out, and you'll never figure it out because it could have literally been anything. So that's one of the key points in identifying an error versus a damaged coin is an error. You can actually identify exactly how it happened during the minting process. A lot of damaged coins you just can't.
We got another one just in.
We had that one guy, Chris, you might remember, that insisted he was going to find out exactly how that coin was damaged. Insisted we, go find out, figure out how it got that way. I know it's damaged, but I'm going to find out how it happened. Good luck to you.
And then, the thing is, what's the point? What is the point? You're wasting your time. And when you get people like that from time to time, and what I try to tell them is, instead of focusing on how the coin was damaged, instead use that same time and energy to learn about the minting process and learn about how errors and varieties are created.
How that would not have happened at the mint. Yeah.
Exactly.
By the way, in case you guys were wondering why I just made that really bad face, I just ate one of these Warhead Extreme things. Don't try this at home, folks. That was not pleasant.
You just say Warhead and I scrunch up my face.
Oh my gosh. And I liked that. That was bad.
I stopped eating them a long time ago.
That was bad. That was horrid.
Okay, I've got one in from, I lost it here. Where'd it go? From John Claggett. He says, look, it's 100% brockage. Let's have a look at what he's got.
It probably is.
Here's the screen. And, okay, here's the back. It's a dime. Put the front. Whoa, here you go.
Wow. Now that is very interesting. Where's the rim?
It's there.
It's kind of crushed over on the left side. It's showing up on the right side. But look, this is the obverse of the coin. And here's pluribus. Here's some torches.
Who sent this in? John?
John Claggett.
Come on, John. Where are you getting all these good coins, man? I know what he's doing. He's showing off because he wants that brockage that I showed last week.
Oh, right.
The nickel?
No, the wheat penny. No, that nickel, that was struck through capped die with double die breaks.
Yeah, you bought that, huh?
I did buy that, yes.
Keep an eye out, guys, because John's been selling a lot of these really nice coins. So
I got to tell you, it's been really hard for me not to bid on them too, because some of them are really good. And, I kind of got myself. The last show I went to, I was really successful. I got a lot of really good stuff. Unfortunately, I'm keeping a lot of it.
I know.
I bought it to resell, and I just can't let it go.
Yeah, I'm facing that awful burden right now.
Sometimes I list coins and I think to myself, I hope this doesn't sell, because then I have an excuse to keep it.
That's funny, because the one and only time I posted a couple coins for sale on when it was the coin op sales group, it hurt my feelings that nobody was bidding on them.
That doesn't hurt mine.
My coins, nobody loves them.
Hey, if somebody doesn't have the love for the coin, just hold on to it. Eventually, you'll find somebody that does.
Oh.
And then I buy a coin and it comes in, and then I find, a variety on it. I can't sell that now. Oh, no.
Yep,
Or you sell it and the person who buys it
full of those
finds a variety on it.
Yeah, that's...
Yes, I cherry picked Ken.
Nobody's got time to check them all.
On a live show.
It's actually an election.
the highlight of my career.
I will admit, I've been buying and selling rolls, and I have not been looking at them. And I wonder to myself, what is in those things? It's hard. It's really hard because I'm a coin roll hunter at heart. And but I'm giving somebody else the opportunity.
Oh, why did you have to say that? You didn't have to say that.
Well, I do put it in my listings. If I don't search them, I will put it in my listings. But there are some I just can't help myself. You know, like the 60D rolls, I can't help it. I have to look for them because I know there's some really good RPMs in there. And there's 140 of them or 170.
175, I think, 174. I think you just found a new variety.
Well, I want one of each. So in order to have one of each, I have to go through a bunch of rolls. So
You got the small and the large.
yeah, I know. And I want that large over small and small over large. I want that as well.
Jay will
That's on
find
my
it.
hit.
Jay will find that next week. Jay will find it next week. You've been finding some good stuff lately.
Well, you can't find it if you're not looking.
I was just going to say that. That's why he's finding it, because he's looking for it. Because it is out there. Frank knows, don't you, Frank, Mr. Double Ear?
Double ear. Right?
You know, I work 10, 12 hours a day if you include the commute.
I nap 12 hours a day.
Hello.
And I come home and I've got to spend at least a couple hours searching. Otherwise, I mean, that just makes the whole day just drift away.
So Amanda got a bunch of rolls of, I have to say this, of War in the Pacific quarters today. And she sent me a picture and I thought it was just of the coin roll mat. And there's a bunch of coins on it. They were all W's.
Wow, nice.
Good for her.
That's awesome, Amanda. I had no idea what I was looking at. I thought it was just a coin roll mat.
I got one. I got it from Blues.
That's amazing. So
If you turn those coins over, you'll have a new variety. It's the M.
the M.
Manila.
M. M.
I'm finally getting the new Guams, but no W's yet.
That's the War in the Pacific. That's what she just found.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. When did they come out with is it San Antonio?
They're out.
They're out.
People are already hunting them down.
Yep.
Ooh, I haven't seen anybody post any.
I think they were out on the August 4th, Ken, 4 days ago.
I'd have to check it. Let me U.S. Mint. Let's see what we got.
Keep an eye out on that silver Liberty medal that's coming out. I think August 15th or 16th, something like that. That thing is gorgeous. The eagle on the reverse of that coin is amazing. You should show it, Ken.
What is it?
The Liberty, it's a Liberty. They have a gold one and then a silver one. The gold, they have the gold coin and then the silver medal. It's the Liberty. It's coming out like August 15th or something.
Here we go. American Liberty 2019 high relief gold coin.
No, look at the silver one.
Okay, we're on screen. I'm gonna get this lined up.
It's beautiful. They nailed it with that design.
Wow, check out the hair.
Go down and look at the eagle on the reverse. No. You up, under the box. There you go.
There it is. $100 gold, 1 ounce, 99995.
Can you click on the enlarged picture for the obverse as well?
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
The silver really shows up, though. The silver is amazing.
That reminds me of that gold Indian princess.
Mm-hmm.
I know the one.
Kind of reminiscent of the peace dollar as well.
Yeah.
But normally
Yeah,
I don't like the open field like that. But for some reason that I like that just open field.
Does it say who the model was for that coin?
I don't remember seeing it. Probably could find it, but
Liberty personified by allegorical female figures.
yeah, go back and pull up the silver one, Ken.
Let's see if we can find that one.
That one, guys. Keep an eye on that one. The silver one's not a coin. The silver one is a medal.
Yeah, this is the U.S. Mint's product release schedule. You'll find it at usmint.gov. And just click on product schedule 2019. The silver.
Value Hunter said the model was Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh my God!
Am I wrong? Who's it? What? Who's Ocasio-Cortez?
You don't know who that is? Alexandria.
No.
She's that crazy politician that everybody makes fun of.
Okay, never mind.
She wants to retrofit every building in the United States for green.
I don't do politics, so.
There's your silver medal.
But isn't that amazing? Look at the talons on that.
Yeah.
But I love it. Just looks. It's the most realistic eagle of all of the eagles I've seen on any of our coins.
So what's the sales price for this silver medal?
It doesn't say. I don't think. I think it's gonna be like. $9.95. It does say.
And the gold is not available. They have no idea what they're going to charge. Of course, gold's in flux right now.
But the mintage on the silver one is 100,000, I think.
Yep, mintage on the gold is 50.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it 1 ounce? 1 ounce?
50,000. Okay, that's the mintage. 50,000 on the silver. Yeah, it's 1 ounce.
Household limit of 1. I'm sure you can get as many as you want. 999 silver, 2-inch diameter, 2.5 troy ounce. It's huge.
Oh, 2.5 troy ounces.
Yeah,
It's huge.
Okay.
I was going to say $100 for 1 ounce would be pretty steep, even with that low mintage.
Yeah, keep an eye on that because I got a feeling about that thing.
The only thing that sucks though is look at the household order limit is 1.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Product limit none, household order limit 1. That's a little confusing.
It means if you're a reseller, you're lucky because you can buy multiples, maybe.
Just send one to all your buddies. You get as many as you like. It's not a problem. You add in apartment 1, apartment 2, apartment 3, and just order it, how many times you want.
Yeah, Bill, I agree, Bill. That's going to be sold out fast. I agree. It's a beauty.
The hockey puck, says Coin Dragon, for $100 freaking dollars. Yeah,
It's like these. They re-released, but these are limited mintage too. The Pride of Two Nations. I've shown them I've had them on my scope tonight. But those are going to be nice ones.
Every once in a while, the U.S. Mint hits a home run. I think they did on that one. I do like that design.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeffrey Schumar showed me that a while back. I think when they first were talking about it, they didn't have a picture on the Mint's page, and he showed it to me. He found it somewhere. And I agree. I think that's going to be a hit.
Yeah, well, they need a good hit after what Bill said. The coin and currency set was a bust.
Everybody.
Oh my God.
The bill is screwed up.
Yeah, what a shame.
And everybody says the coin is gorgeous, but the bill is screwed up.
every one of them. I haven't seen a regular one.
I haven't either. That's really sad. The Mint is going to take a hit on that because everybody's sending them back.
Yeah, they're gonna be wary about buying another one.
I don't know what the value is on these Pride of Two Nations value, Hunter. the cost was $139. Let's see if I can get it over. Well, here, I'll put it up here.
Look at those fancy nails.
Those were my Carson City nails. So this is the Pride of Two Nations. And actually, I think the one that the Canadian Mint put out is a little bit more valuable. So.
Yeah. That 2 coin set is trending at 160 right now.
Is it? Yeah, and a lot of people are sending these in to be slabbed because a lot of them are getting MS-70 grades.
There you go. Looks like they're still available at $139.95.
Yeah, $139.95.
And that's the American Silver Eagle and the
That
Canadian
might be the one that has a $100,000 mintage. $100,000. 110,000. Okay, mintage. So still low.
Hey, you know what? They only minted 110,000, but you can buy 100,000 of them if you want. That leaves 10,000 for everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill says they're on back order.
Aha. Yeah, we get a lot of new products coming out. Let's see.
But they come in a really nice box and they're nice. So I won't
What's coming out next?
when the value of this, when they sell out and the value of this goes up a little bit more, this will be for sale. I won't be hanging on to that, unfortunately.
There you go. You get the James Monroe Presidential Silver Medal coming up today. Mighty Minters 2019 ornament. That's part of the Kennedy Half Dollar program that's showing up in a few days. More ornaments. What's this one? The Innovation Dollar. Oh boy, the Innovation Planchet Reverse Proof. That'll be sure to be a big seller, huh? There's your American Liberty High Relief coins. San Antonio Missions National Historic Park Rolls and Bags comes out August 26th.
Yeah, I didn't think they were out yet.
Yeah, they're coming out.
The San Antonio ones. So Jeff Stanley said that the Canadian one, the Canadian Mint released 10,000 of the Pride of Two Nations. Is that right, Jeff? So they released less. I knew they were harder to come by, the Canadian ones. So,
So what's
the only
different between the two?
difference I can see is that the Canadian ones come in a black box. So,
Okay. Because I was going to say, obviously, the coins are still minted in the same places. So the only difference is the packaging,
I guess.
really. But hey, for those real serious collectors, they want one of each, I guess.
But they are beautiful, and the reverse, the Silver Eagle is the reverse enhanced proof, and it's a W mint mark. So
Just wait until they come out on QVC where they offer the cherry wood box for them.
yeah, and then there'll be four low installments of $199.99.
Bill, directly to you, all at once.
Hey, Value Hunter has a good question here. Recently purchased an estate of 100 rolls. They were all BU and various dates and mint marks. They're in clear tubes with tin paper, which I'm guessing is aluminum foil on the inside. Any idea why they were stored that way?
Because somebody.
Yeah, a lot of the older dealers and collectors used to wrap their rolls in tin foil. I've seen a lot like that, especially Canadians. I've seen, I think it was Joseph Riley bought a large lot of Canadian rolls, and they were all wrapped in aluminum foil.
Wow. To protect them
What
from
does that do to the coin over?
wouldn't the heat, because the heat can destroy you.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the aluminum foil actually shields them from heat. If you think about some of the insulation board that you put on the outside of your home, it actually has that foil cover on it. That reflects the heat, radiant heat anyway.
Well, sunlight, yeah, I can see that, but it also will hold heat in.
Aluminum foils
There
are
shouldn't be any heat coming from within. What's that, Ken?
Aluminum. It works great as a vapor barrier. You wrap something tight up in aluminum, and the moisture cannot penetrate the aluminum. It'll penetrate paper tubes, no problem at all. I'm sure I have a paper tube here somewhere. There you go.
That
Humidity, it's going to penetrate this, but it can't.
I would think it would be bad for them.
So for long-term storage, a lot of collectors, especially in the 60s and 70s, would wrap them in aluminum, stuff them in a tube, or take the coins out of the paper tube, and put it in aluminum and then into a plastic tube.
Wow.
You have another problem when you have two different metals. You have there's an electric potential difference between, say, aluminum and copper, or aluminum and nickel. You have, if you do get some moisture in there, a battery.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Like,
so if you perforate that aluminum foil just a little, you're going to see a lot of corrosion right inside the roll around those several coins. So some good, some bad. It's fallen out of favor as a preferred means of storage, because we have superior plastics and silica gel and different ways to protect your coins that way.
Have you opened any of those, Value Hunter, to see what they look like? So I'd be curious to see if
100 rolls of
ones I've seen that were sealed that way, they were beautiful.
Really?
Beautiful coin. Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen. I mean, I'm new, so this kind of stuff. I love hearing about this stuff because I've never heard of that before. So
if you find these aluminum wrapped rolls, chances are you got something that hasn't been looked at for 30, 40, maybe 50 years.
He said he said he hasn't looked at them yet, but the end
stuff in there.
They're blinging.
They're blinging. Okay. I hope they're stored well. It doesn't take much to disturb aluminum foil.
Hey, Michael Mullins, I did take a look. It does look like there is the minutest amount of splits in the top right of that eye. So, yeah, now that you put some light on it and get a nice close-up shot, that was good. Which one it is, I am not sure without looking at some references. But if you look at Variety Vista, 71D varieties, I think that one's on there. And you can just flip through the ones that have photos, and there's one of them that has it on the eye like that. It's really close. That's a really close split.
Very cool. Hey, just while I'm thinking about it real quick, your coin's going out Monday.
Oh, great.
I haven't had time to get yours or Ken's out. So as soon as it gets settled, I'll get everything packaged up and get it to you.
Awesome. No worries. Take your time.
Okay.
Don't
tell me that.
Well, you got important stuff going on. So.
Well, that's important too.
I got one from Rivendell. I opened it. I couldn't. It just says RC. It's Rivendell coins, and he sends, what was it? I guess Scott Hugenboom had won a 1922 peace dollar, and Scott says, send it to Ken for the big show. Well, I haven't looked at the coin yet. Let's see, but here it is. It's in here. Should we open it?
Open it up.
I want to see. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I'm solo. There. Now, I know there's a coin in there somewhere, so I want to open that gently.
Oh.
With a razor blade.
Yeah, I don't cut myself too much.
He's got bacon Band-Aids. He'll be all right.
Yeah, I got those. But see how I have the point pointing up?
Always cut away from yourself, Ken.
Cut away from yourself, or you will cut into yourself. Oh, look. And we got a Rivendell Coins channel sticker. There it is.
Cindy, wipe the roll.
Look at.
Oh, I see some cartwheel luster there.
Yeah.
That's a peach. A 1922 peace dollar XF40. $15,000. What?
Did he find it in his pocket change?
That's a minted. 1922. Yeah, that's a real honey. That's kind of neat because I found this lying around the desk. It's a 1923. Wow. There's I think we got a plan for this week's big show.
Sisters.
Twinsies.
That's a nice one, Ken.
Yeah. This one has a lot of contact marks. But boy, it's a shiner.
Not if you show it from there.
And it's also worth $15,000.
Pocket change.
There we go. So we'll give them away to somebody this week. Oh, thank you so much, both Hoogie and Rivendell coins. Here, we'll give you a promo here. Rivendell coins. He's a pretty good fella. Just keep your hands and fingers away from his mouth, and you'd be perfectly safe.
You know, Paul.
Listen, he just did a fantastic video. If you guys get a chance, go over and watch Rivendell's latest video on the top 5 most expensive U.S. coins never sold. Go watch it. It's fantastic. And one of the guys who owned some of them just passed away recently. What was his last name? Start with a B, I think.
Bob?
You can't take it with you, folks.
He was real young. No. Oh my gosh. Anyway, he was real young. He was like 54. Owned a lot of really good coins. I can't think. I'll think of it.
4.
It was the one
Yeah.
Shinar posted, right?
Yes.
There we go. And I've got Rivendell. If I can, let's see. Here's a solo. We're on the screen. I've got Rivendell coins as the channel of the week over in the coin video blog and live stream directory. You can just click on that, pop him open, take a look, subscribe, watch, do all those things that we do to people. He's at 651 subscribers, and he's got a really good channel. Seriously, he's got some good information on there. He's tops.
Brent Pogue. D. Brent Pogue. P-O-G-U-E.
The Pogue collection.
Yes, the Pogue collection.
Yeah.
Like, and bring some tissues because it's gonna make you drool a little. Seriously, those coins, amazing.
You know, somebody mentioned earlier that the design of that mint metal was very similar to the peace dollar. And if you look at it, it really is. You got Lady Liberty on the obverse. You got the eagle on the reverse. And honestly, the peace dollar is one of my favorite U.S. coin designs. It really is. I think they're so underrated. It's such a beautiful looking coin, especially in high grades. It's large and it's made out of silver. I mean, what else could you ask for?
That's one of the, I love the obverse on that coin. I don't like the eagle.
I love it. I love it.
It's not,
I really got to start getting into VAMs on those. I mean, I can definitely find, you know, the clashes. Those are easy. I cherry picked a bunch of those at a show, you know, a couple months ago. But the problem is, there's just not a market for them. I had a hard time getting rid of them.
mm-hmm.
Even uncirculated peace dollars. I was lucky enough. I went to my local coin shop, and he just got in a whole bag of peace dollars that were uncirculated, very minor bag marks on them, and I just had a hard time getting rid of them. I just don't understand why that coin isn't more popular.
Bill, they don't know for sure yet if they're coming out with that 2020 Morgan and peace dollar yet. Or 2021, not 2020, 2021. It's not for sure yet. It hasn't been passed through legislation. So
what they ought to do is do it in 2021 and make it a high release.
It is 2021. Yeah. It is 2021, not 2020. It's 2021.
And make it the high relief design.
Well, what they're proposing is that some of them will be minted in Denver. Some will be minted the proofs will be minted in San Francisco, and then some are going to be minted in Carson City.
You want those?
Yeah. So, but that it's got a ways to go. It's got to be passed through legislation. So the bill is out there, but hopefully it will go through. There's a thing you can go online and look it up. You can sign the bill or sign the petition or whatever, if you want it to go through. So look it up online.
Yep, the CC
John Biden says he's weird. He won't let go of any Susan B. Anthony's because he loves the reverse. Does that mean you also keep the Eisenhowers? Because the reverse is very similar.
I have to go, you guys. I have to go.
Bye, Paul.
My grandson's home and I need to get him bathed and stuff. Thanks, you guys.
Happy birthday.
Okay. I'll see you guys Sunday on the big show.
Bye.
Bye.
Be safe on your travels.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Shay was crying over the beauty of the peace dollar. I saw that, Shay. Don't hide it.
Let me turn that over. I got that here. Yeah, that's Art Deco all the way. Those rays go across the entire coin.
I mean, am I the only one that is in love with that design? I just love that coin.
Now, when I was 12 years old, there was a girl on a bus who looked just like her. Except for the hat. She had a different, hers was knit.
She wasn't wearing a crown of thorns?
Well, for me, she was. But, you know, I was pretty much a dork when I was 12.
I thought I was cool. I think I'm a dork now. I don't know. My wife calls me a nerd, a coin nerd, coin geek.
It's okay. Let out be one with your inner geek. Yeah.
I keep trying to tell her I'm the badass of the coin community, and she laughs at me.
Did y'all see that some robbers went in and robbed the mint bank in Mexico?
Clean them out. Who'd have thought?
Like 1,500 gold coins.
That was the federales.
Yeah, so be careful if you see, good deals on Mexican 50 pesos gold coin.
Buy it all up. You know, it's funny. I was watching a rerun of Unsolved Mysteries last night, and one of Mexico's premier men in the Great Depression era bought a large quantity of Mexico's gold reserves. He was buying people's jewelry, melting it down. He ended up with 16 tons of pure gold.
Oh, goodness.
He wanted to sell it in the United States after the after the Depression, with the intent of making money, obviously. Something happened. The Gold Standard Act of 34 or something like that, and the price of gold skyrocketed. So he immediately increased his value by $7 million overnight. Shortly after that, they signed another bill into law that stated that United States citizens could not own gold. It was illegal. So he couldn't sell it. He didn't know where to put it. So he buried it in the desert somewhere in New Mexico. And it was him and a team of, I think, 7 people. And most of them died before that law was abolished or whatever. And to this day, no one has ever found that 16 tons of pure gold bars.
I think it's on Clash's list. Give him time. He'll get to it.
So one of the other things that I heard about this week was that they're going to produce 2021 Morgans and peace dollars. Did y'all see that?
Yeah. Yeah. Paula was just talking about that.
Oh, she was? I missed it.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I mean, it's obviously, what is it? How many years is that?
100.
100 years. 100-year anniversary of the design change. So it's really cool.
Mercury's and gold standing Liberty quarters.
Yep, that's going to be cool.
Now, remember how high the premium was on those Mercury dimes?
They're going for 300.
Yeah, I wonder how high the premium is going to be on the larger coins.
They'll get some interest.
Hey, we got some mail.
You've got mail. And Blues has some extra claws.
Is that his 8 claw? Yeah.
There it is. Not just one die chip. You've got 3 die chips in there.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed that I found that roll hunting.
You know, it's funny you show that tonight because right before I came on air with you guys, before we went live, I happened to look at my wife. She was outside on the deck, and I turned to look at her, and she jumped up, and she's pointing into the woods. So I went out and looked, and there's a big, huge black bear walking through the woods right next to my house. And my son was out front working on his lawnmower, trying to get that running again. So I ran out and yelled to him, "Yo, get in the house, shut the door." He was already in the house, so he must have saw it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I love living where I'm at because we have so much wildlife. But the bear can be a little scary because they're unpredictable. They're very strong. They're fast. They get a whiff of something good, they're gonna break through the door. They're gonna claw through my garage door to get at it. So it's a little scary, but
I get that same kind of problem with coin groupies.
yeah, I bet. And women, right? Didn't you say you had that problem with women?
All the time. Okay, we got some mail. Have you got one? I'm going to open up quads.
Yeah, I've got Bill 457's up, and the question on this was what is on the top of the 2019 quarter, and what's going on with the other quarter. All right, so this is this is the front of the 2019.
I'll tell you what that looks like to me. I'm a metal detectorist. So to me, that looks like a coin that was dug up from the ground and then run through some sort of media tumbler to clean it off so they could send it back into circulation. It looks like an environmentally damaged coin that was cleaned.
Yeah, that's got some hardcore issues going on.
He says that's not the 2019. Let me see what he means. Maybe that's the front that goes with this reverse.
Oh yeah.
And then here's the 2019. But that's not the front, that's the reverse. So that's what confused me. What's on top of the 2019 quarter? Okay. He meant what is all this?
It's like coin rolling machine damage to me.
Yeah. That's been rolled a few times.
I'd say.
Yep, on the ATB quarters, the roller marks are usually right at that lip on the outer banner.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how that worked out like that. It's almost like they planned that design to be that way. The Ring of Death.
There it is. Ooh, that's just corroded out. Okay, I got one from Quads. He's asking, is this he believes it to be really nice machine doubling on a 1971 nickel. And let's see if we can pull this one up. Let's see. Wait for it. Me. That's me. And then the screen. Okay. We're getting there. And where's the nickel? Here it is. 1971p nickel. And he says, this looks like machine doubling. And we got doubling on the sides of the letters AM, the tops of ME, and this beautiful thing right in here.
Yeah, that's a neat one though.
But these are low. They look to be low and flat and even, and all in a similar direction. This one, though, this would be convincing. The LO. This would make me look up what's known for 1971 die varieties. But there's no.
That one will make you take a second look.
Oh yeah. There's no splits. There's no separation lines, but the key indicator is that for example, the top of the S is made thinner. Right? Doubling, hub doubling, when you have a double die, the devices would be thicker than normal. This is MD 100%. So that's some strong MD.
Yep. That's the kind of MD that goes in my little mini recycling can.
There we go. We'll get across more letters across the bottom.
What I find interesting on this stuff is the fact that you see it on basically the entire United States of America, right? But
Yep.
you go up one level on where it says 5 cents, and I'm only seeing it on the S. And you go up even further to Monticello, and you only see it on the L and the O. And this just baffles the hell out of me as far as why it doesn't affect all of the devices.
The die is bouncing. Okay.
I get that, but how can it affect the entire bottom circumference of the coin? But then you go up one level to the next row of words, and it only affects one letter. Then you go up higher, and it only affects 2 letters. It's just, it's so strange, but neat nonetheless.
You got 2 moving parts, the die and the planchet. And the reason it's doubled, it's the flat fields that are hitting the devices that are already impressed into the coin, but it's not hitting them with enough force to effectively make another strike. So it's flattening existing devices. Well, if you can tilt that coin just a tiny little bit, this would happen. If you can tilt the die just a tiny little bit, it would show up on one side and not the other. That's a peach, though. But it's MD. No premium, but a great learning tool. There we go. And Quaz just want to show everyone MD. That's what it is, all right.
I gotta say, I like this StreamYard program. I do like it.
It seems to be easier on this side, but we're limited to how many people can be involved at a time. Well, we had 6.
Have we ever had more than 6 people on the panel, though?
We've had 9. We load it right up. We get any more mail? That's what I see for mail. That's full. All right. Let's look at chat, see what's going on. Good eye catching it.
Yeah, earlier, That's a Lot of Sodium said that's what they love about Connecticut. I'm assuming they were talking about the bear. I'm in Pennsylvania, but we used to go to Connecticut every year. We'd go up to Foxwoods Casino, and Connecticut is a really beautiful state, and there's a lot of wildlife there. Where I was going, it was, Indian reservation all around it, but beautiful, beautiful area. You guys, if anybody likes to travel, Connecticut's a great place to go. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of stuff to see.
There are no straight roads in Canada.
Connecticut, not Canada.
I'm sorry, I got the book in front of me. More coffee.
Yeah.
There's no straight roads in Connecticut. No such thing. You can't go a mile straight.
Except for that one stretch of road that leads right up to the Foxwoods Casino. It looks like you're driving up to the Emerald Palace.
It's a driveway. I'm going to take a quick look over at the the coin group, coin Q&A group on Facebook, see if we get anything new.
Mike White was saying that there was a nickel on a cent planchet posted on CoinOp. That's the kind of stuff I really like, but I can't afford.
Oh, I missed that coin. Okay, I don't see anything new in the Facebook group, and I'll post the email link here real quick. So if you want to get something in, you better hurry. Well, we've had a good run for 2.5 hours, but it looks like it's quieted down.
Yeah.
We did.
Hey, Ken, do you want to put a plug in for the coin seminar?
Coin Seminar Weekend is coming up next weekend. There are several channels that already have things lined up, shows. We've got time slots filling up. I've got to get on the stick and spend about 3 hours getting everything right. If you would like to produce a show for the Coin Seminar Weekend, get a hold of me at my email address, kpeavey@live.com. You can go, it might be below the video here.
Baby.
Let me type it over here in the chat.
Oh, look at these, baby. Pierogies with butter and onions. Oh, my God.
There we go. There's my email. Pierogies.
Pierogies, man.
That'll fill you right up. Coin Seminar Weekend, we have a series of shows through the weekend, and you got to watch them all because each one will have a clue, right? And if you have a lot of clues, it's going to help you to win the giveaway prize at the end. Kind of neat. We've got a coin album going out. People like it. And for the people who are producing shows, there is a Viewer's Choice Award being given out by Paula Bloom, who's got a silver round for you to add to your collection. Offer up a show that educates, teaches, instructs. Pick a coin and tell its story. Every coin has a story. But we have usually upwards of 15 to 20 shows, all live, all throughout the weekend. You know, we have a little schedule we go by. And you can watch them all. It's a great way to learn. And share those links and tell people about it. This will be what? The first year anniversary of the Coin Seminar Weekend? It's working.
1 year already?
Oh, yeah. This is our 5th one.
Oh, wow. Time went by fast.
Good Lord. I don't know where the last 2 months went. Mostly I just goofed off. So it's catching up with me for sure. Coin Seminar Weekend is becoming a thing. We do it every 3 months, quarterly. This will be the summer Coin Seminar Weekend, August. It starts next Friday. And we'll go from there. It's anything can happen day. No, Trey sent an email. Let's see if we can see something there. I don't have it here. There it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm no longer in CoinOp, so I can't access those photos, but I am familiar with Ryan Havoc. He's another guy that gets a lot of really cool stuff, so yeah, I mean, if he's willing to share those photos, we can check it out.
There we go. I've got Trey's coins up here. Let's see if we can pull this up. Here we go. There's a screen. Solo layout. And what we got? That's not it. He got this out of the dealer's junk bin for $19. Looks to be at $19.25. Looks like pretty full luster here. Here's the back. No mint mark. Not a bad looking dame right here, see? Why is it in the junk bin? It has a few contact marks. little scratch here. I don't think anything here is devastating. Looks like a little doo-doo here and there. The rim looks good.
See you, Coin Junkie.
A little doo-doo over there.
Have a good night, Coin Junkie.
Small ding. I don't see any problem with this. It looks like AU. You have just a tiny amount of wear on this. Hardly any noticeable at all. 1925. One of the more common dates for peace dollars.
Dennis Barney. The next Q&A is going to be next Thursday.
Yeah, you got that for a great price.
Yeah, do we know who's hosting next week yet?
Who's up?
Dead
Sorry,
silent.
guys. I wish I could, but I just can't.
Blue's turn or Mantic's turn? Or Jeff's turn?
If there ain't no takers, I could do another one.
Go for it.
You got it, baby.
All right.
AU details. Yeah. Anything wrong with those peace dollars at $20? The coin Q&A, we have it every Thursday. 8:30 seems to be the typical starting time, and we transfer from one channel to the next so we can get a wider audience and get some exposure for all these people because we're not getting paid. So let's try to get some subscribers out of there. Get some views, get some view time.
Wait, hold on. We're not getting paid for this?
I'm not getting paid for this. Mantic is supposed to pay you this week.
I'm out.
I'm still waiting to get paid from 2 weeks ago.
TJ's paying you for 2 weeks ago. You're all paying me for this week. There you go. But the Q&A is turning into a really good show. We're getting good feedback. I'm hearing great things from the people that are watching. They're learning stuff. They're able to interact and get their coins live on camera and get good qualified responses. Okay, it looks like it's quieting down here. I think I'm ready to call it good. We got 2.5 hours in for the show.
Hey, thanks everybody for the emails and everybody that showed up tonight. I saw we had quite a few viewers tonight. So it seems like every week we're getting more and more viewers. So it is growing.
Yeah, we got 37 watching now, 35 likes.
Yeah.
Yep, make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah.
At one point I saw 53. There may have been more. I was refreshing my page every once in a while just to see that number change, but
and check out Ken's coin class videos. You'll definitely learn a lot.
Oh, I'm working on another one. Top ways. I'm trying to do a top 10. Top 10 ways to throw your money away when buying coins.
Just buy coins.
That's a good one.
Thumbnail a picture of a toilet with cash in it. Because I'll have to take some cash up to the Home Depot and take pictures up there for that.
It's like the guy they roll out on a gurney and they're like, he's got money coming out his wazoo. People just throwing money out the car as they're driving down the highway. Yeah.
But there's lots of ways, man. There's lots and lots of ways to throw your money away when you're buying coins. Well, if we can learn how, we can avoid it. That'll work out great. Okay, guys, look, I'm going to take off.
Yeah, y'all take care. Have a great week.
See everybody. Thanks for showing up.
See y'all soon.
Thanks, Chris, Mantic, Ken, Paulo, Chuck, when you're all here, everyone in chat. We appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you too, Eric.
Yeah, definitely.
Stay groovy.
Bye.
Good night.
Okay, now it's party time.